Attempted delivery back with a weekday update. Guy Fieri's kids must receive 2 college degrees in order to receive their inheritance. His son is negotiating, stating that he already received his GE Triple D and was already accepted in the University of Flavortown.
And Attorney General Pamela Bondi directs prosecutors to seek the death penalty for alleged United Healthcare CEO shooter Luigi Mangione. Says that this is a serious crime that needs to have serious consequences. It's not like he shot up a school or something.
There was a scary moment as an MLB umpire was hit by a line drive. Just before the strike, he was heard yelling, "Ball!"
In recent news, the U.S. accidentally deported a man to El Salvador who turned out to be a U.S. citizen. When reached out for comment, they responded, "Who, that Mexican dude?"
Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner's wife Jillian is facing attempted murder charges after a shootout with LAPD. When reached for comment, Scott was heard saying, "Say it ain't so." During the shootout, she was shot in the shoulder, which destroyed her sweater. But this story has actually received little attention because he is just a bassist.
And finally, HBO has announced the cast of some of the characters for the remake of Harry Potter and is facing backlash for race swapping one of the characters to a black man. When asked why they chose Professor Snape, they stated that he was the only character from the original picture that, quote, loved thick bitches. This is attempted delivery. Welcome back, guys. This is our second monologue. We did not discuss who was going to start the episode, actually.
I realized just before.
It was the perfect time to realize, but Indeed. Welcome back to the podcast, Stamp Tramps. Thank you so much for listening in.
Indeed. Big episode. Got a lot to talk about.
Hell yeah.
So what's up with Harry Potter? My wife has seen like every movie a million times. I've seen everyone at least once.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call myself a super fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I missed them, and I think I was the perfect age. I just like somehow missed. I remember getting a toothache during the first one in the theaters. Huh. And like, I just never caught back up. If it wasn't for that toothache, I literally might be the biggest Harry Potter fan. You know what I mean? Because I should love the show. Mm-hmm. But it's like I watched them as an adult, and they're clearly geared towards children or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I like the show, especially the later ones when they got darker. I like really enjoyed like the last 3 movies.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really, I mean, I bet I would care if I loved him, you know what I mean? Like, right. Not about the black guy. I don't care, but that's stupid. But I would care about like them remaking it because I think remakes are stupid unless they do it right, and it's so hard to. So I don't know, but it is HBO, so I might like love those movies. Mm-hmm. Like I might actually be really into the Harry Potter movies. So I'm kind
of. I know you became you're a later J.K. Rowling fan.
Yeah, yeah. I wait until people go Rowling.
I don't fucking know.
I wait until people are like get in trouble, then I start. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't watch Louis C.K. till after the allegations.
Right.
Just so happens.
Until he gave you a reason to really love him.
Yeah. It's like, all right, this guy sounds interesting. He sounds like he has layers. It's like an onion. That's not just the taste of his cum.
Jesus Christ.
It's terrible. I have to edit that. It's gonna have to be edited.
Nope.
I just mean when I do the YouTube, it's gonna have to adding words to edit.
True.
I already have to edit thick bitches. I can't.
I think bitches is fine.
It is fine. I think. But no, I just think it's. I was gonna write a joke about like I think it's funny that they chose Snape because he's a dick. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like he's like a bad person in the movie. It's like, why would you pick him to be the black guy? Like,
yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
You know what I mean? It should be a good case. It should be fucking. Why wouldn't you get like Dumbledore for something?
Though Alan Rickman might be the blackest character from the original.
It's possible. Right. Yeah. No, I just thought that was funny that they chose the guy who like betrays everybody and is kind of a piece of shit. Spoiler alert. Sorry if you didn't see Harry Potter. But I just think it's funny to picture. I picture the most offensive version of making him a black character, like make him ghetto as shit. Like it sounds like a sketch, like fucking like
Right.
He's like the potion dude, isn't he? I think he's the potion teacher.
Yeah.
Tonight we're gonna make a potion called Hypnotic. Fucking just ridiculous.
Cooking up crack.
All right, that's offensive. That's
Sorry.
That's way funnier. Now picture Dave Chappelle as fucking
Exactly.
the character. I forget the guy's name. The character's name.
Yeah. What you got going on this week?
What the fuck do I have going on? Not much actually. I was I was sick over the weekend, which was sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always that's the one good thing. That's like the one positive thing about being sick is when you're not sick anymore. You're like, I feel fucking fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only good thing. It's like you really appreciate not being sick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like when a hangover breaks finally, and you're like, oh, I don't want to.
Oh, for sure that
kill myself anymore.
Yeah, for that. Except for me, it's like literally, I hate being hungover. It's like my least. I'd rather have the flu for a fucking 2 weeks than be hungover for like 2 days. I hate it so much. Yeah. Other than that, nothing. Because I did nothing over the weekend. I was just like trying to not die while I'm delivering mail or whatever. And then, like, it was gorgeous on Sunday. Didn't do a damn thing. I sat around and played The Witcher 3
Nice.
for a lot of hours. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
That's, like, the one thing about being sick is, like, because we are so busy. I mean, when you're sick, you still got to take care of a kid. When I'm sick, Ollie just hangs out with me. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But
it's like an excuse. Like I don't have to.
yeah,
do
it's
anything.
literally like a vacation. It's really sad.
I could do what I was going to do anyway, but without the guilt.
Yeah. I needed. There's a bunch of stuff I didn't get to do, like like lawn work and shit like that. But
Well, speaking of the kid, I think at 1 year she's about to be a year and 5 months.
okay,
Whatever.
Yeah.
Year and a half. Let's just call her a year and a half. Excuse me.
72 months or whatever.
Already a crazy cat lady.
Really?
Already a crazy cat lady. Yeah, like so early on when she started first started being conscious, I would just point at her cat and go like, "Cat." It's an easy word. I thought and then like after a while she was just pointing at everything going, "Cat."
Yeah.
But she's obsessed with cats. Every like cat stuffed animal. We had like a little play date with her and another kid who had a Hello Kitty, and then she was obsessed and we had to get her one. So, and she carries it
I was
around.
gonna say she stole the Hello Kitty.
She did during the day. And then we were like, okay, we have to get her own.
She rescued it.
Right.
It was an unfit Hello Kitty mother.
So like, she has that. Everything is like catched every time she sees one. Every single kid's book just has a cat on the page
Somewhere,
hanging out in the background for no reason. It could have nothing to do with the story. And then not only that, we have an overabundance of stray cats in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So like we'll see them like just walk. It's like I think she thinks there's more cats than people in the world.
Yeah,
like we're just living in the cat's world. We went for a walk with her the other day, and of course, like immediately some stray cat just random, just like kind of came up and just started walking with us and following. And then it started going off and she just like left us and was trying to chase the cat. And then during the same walk, we saw another one. Like it's why she's a crazy cat lady.
Yeah. That's
at
hilarious.
1.5. So
Wearing a robe, walking around. Drinking chamomile tea.
So we do comedy sometimes, and we've talked about this before, but having to like check yourself when you're not with comics.
Yeah, for sure.
Like obviously you can talk and joke way differently than you can with just like quote unquote like civilians. So the other morning at work, there was two women. It was like one's a supervisor, one's a carrier, and one of them I just overheard saying, "Man, is it hot in here or is it me?" And like me and the other lady were like, "No, it's fucking hot in here. They keep it 1,000 degrees." And she's like, "Oh, good. I thought I was going through like menopause." And I just was like, "Yeah, I'm getting hot flashes." And they laughed. And then I was like, she was like, "Menopause?" So I was like, "Well, actually, it's manopause." And it got a laugh. So I was like, I had one of those moments you were talking about. It's like, oh, I'm killing.
Yeah.
And I had to stop myself because I was about to be like, yeah, you can bust me and I won't even get pregnant. Realizing that I was about to talk to a supervisor and another carrier.
God, that would have killed.
Yeah, my career. I was like, oh, that's a HR fucking human resources issue. But I stopped myself.
Damien, it looks like you said, quote, you can bust in me.
So, yeah.
It's very funny.
But I stopped myself. I did not
Good.
say.
That's good.
I still have a job for now.
That's funny. I can't remember one. I was good. There was one like that at work for me the other day too, and I can't remember what it was. It definitely wasn't that good though. I think I would have remembered that. That was a bit I tried to do like literally the first time I did comedy. I tried to do a bit about like I called it social gambling.
Yeah. I still think there's something there. Like
I think the premise
got
is
laughs.
funny.
It always got laughs.
It was just like the same joke twice and just like me saying something inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but
You can just take the best one, or I mean,
possibly I should revisit that. You're right.
Yeah, I remember it always killing. So.
Yeah, I should try that again. But yeah, I tried to work out like a whole bit about it, but that was back when I was just bombing every single week. So it was like I just threw everything out immediately.
So this, I know very little about it. We just brought it up, but the whole Weezer wife thing.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
Were you into Weezer?
I like stuff. I like the hits. I never got super into them. It's one of those bands that I think I like all of the music. It's not like it just doesn't resonate with me.
I'm kind of indifferent to that. Like Weezer fans really fucking love Weezer. I'm kind of indifferent. I don't hate them.
You don't hate them like you do Oasis.
No, not even close. But I just didn't get into them. Mm-hmm. I really like the production. Sounds really good. Like
I can see that.
Like I want to hear a metal band with their like the guitars sound like really heavy. Like I don't know. Like it
yeah, I did love the song. My name is Jonas. My name is Jonas. You don't know that song?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
I think
it was in one of the Guitar Heroes, and it was just fun because there's this like hammer-on interlude that's always really fun to like play. That like you like strum once, and then you're just like it's sick. Yeah, it was a really fun song to play on Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I didn't know really anything about this. I was like, it's such a random headline for the wife of a bassist.
When is this new? Is this like recent?
Yeah. This was like within the last week.
Wow.
Facing attempted murder charges following a standoff. Oh, I think I said shoot out with the guy's standoff.
Oh,
with the guy. I mean, it basically was. So she was waving a handgun.
Bullets were fired.
She was waving a handgun at cops chasing a hit and run driver. According to police, the mom of two was shot in the shoulder after refusing to drop the weapon and was later collared outside the 2.5 million home. That's a typo in their article.
So she was chasing a hit and run driver,
or the cops were, and she was waving a gun at them. It's kind of unclear.
This
is a Daily Mail UK article.
UK. Oh, they're from the UK. Wait, no, they're not.
No, I think just this article.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why are they reporting on fucking Weezer?
Well, I mean they're the national band or like a worldwide touring band. So this article is actually going into something completely different. Apparently, she's no stranger to the inside of a prison cell after striking up an intense friendship with murderer Samuel Little, who claimed the lives of at least 8 women during a reign of terror that lasted 25 years. So she befriended a serial killer.
Holy shit. She's one of those?
Yeah. Yeah. Making him the most prolific serial killer in American history. I've never heard of this guy, Samuel Little.
Jeez.
I've heard of so many other serial killers. I've never heard of this one.
Wow. Don't worry, Netflix is going to make a documentary about him.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I definitely...
So, she was making a documentary series called Confronting a Serial Killer, but behind the scenes, they developed a close friendship. So that's kind of
I heard good things about the Pinkerton album by Weezer. Apparently,
All right.
I know, and I remember I know Avenged Sevenfold talked about them, spoke really highly of them.
Yeah, Weezer fans really fucking love Weezer. I just have always been indifferent to them, but really dug the production for some reason. It just I was like, this sounds really good. I just wish I liked the music better.
Yeah, I always hate not, because like every time I listen to a new band, I want to love that band. Like, I've never listened to music, like hate listen to music. You know what I mean? Like every single, it sucks. I wish I liked more music, because it's like every time I'm like, I want this to be like the next band that I like fall in love with.
Right.
And it just sucks. It's like so much. Man, I really fucking try. Like, I'm really trying out here. You know what I mean?
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an actual story. Department said statement Wednesday afternoon that the hit and run accident occurred on the 134 freeway near the whatever. According to the department, 3 suspects exited their vehicle and fled on foot into the nearby northeast LA neighborhood of Eagle Rock, where they appear to have split up. While searching for the suspects in the backyard of a house, police say they spotted a nearby woman, since identified as Schreiner, in the yard of a neighboring resident holding a handgun. LAPD asserts Schreiner ignored numerous orders to drop the gun and instead pointed it at them. Officers then opened fire. Schreiner was struck in one of her shoulders, which point she ran back into her house with no report that she ever fired on them.
Weird.
Yeah, so like she wasn't even involved in this. She was just like in somebody's backyard with a gun.
It's really, it sounds mentally unwell.
Yeah. It's got to be either mental illness or like drugs or something like that. Because like, how do you just end up accidentally getting like attempted murder charges?
For
like,
sure. I would venture to say that drugs making you do that is mental illness also.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people do all kinds of drugs and they've never done anything like that.
True.
There's something wrong. That's why I don't stay away from that shit.
True.
Yeah, I'm good with like booze and then weed, what I used to smoke. Never came even close to doing anything like that.
Right.
Since we're talking about music, I thought this was fucking hilarious. So I was listening, I for the first time in like, I don't even know how many years I was listening to Biggie. And just because it's been a while, and I used to all the time, and then I haven't in a while. I was listening. So on Spotify, they only have like remastered albums. They don't have the original. I'll go back and like try to find the original one, just because the remasters don't sound that different to me. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're remastered. They do all these remasters, and it's like, motherfucker, that sounds exactly the same. Maybe I'm not listening with these headphones or something. Maybe I'm just doing earbuds or some shit. But like,
yeah, like audiophiles may see a difference. I feel more often than not, it's a way to get people to buy the same product.
Yeah, because it's like most times it's fucking exactly the same, and I'm like, dude, I don't know why you wasted time to remaster this album and it doesn't sound better. Like, I don't get it. But so I was listening to the song. Do you remember the song "Give Me the Loot"?
Oh yeah.
It's a song about robbing motherfuckers. Fucking pretty. By the way, my friend was in high school. My friend was in class with somebody, and they were talking about like the difference between like Biggie and Tupac, and they were talking about like Tupac being like a gangster and shit. And at some point, they were like, "Yeah, Biggie was like a nice guy," and they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" They must have only heard like Juicy and The Sky Is the Limit, because they fucking had no idea. Like, fucking kick in the door, waving the 4-4. What are you talking about right now? He's a nice guy. He wasn't a gangster. This fucking song, I don't remember this song being, it's been a while. I don't remember being this fucking crazy. But so I was listening and just listening like normal, was kind of checked out. You know what I mean?
This is Give Me the Loot that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
Like delivering mail or whatever. So I'm like, I'm listening. I've heard the song 1,000 times. And I hear like a cut, so I'm listening to the explicit version of the album. And I hear like they said saying all the other words, but then I hear something censored. It's like Everett or whatever when he says a word. And I'm like, what did they cut? He said fuck 9 times already. I don't understand that's the worst word. Like, what else would he say? And I went back and I'm reading. N-word? No, that was in. There's plenty of those. And I was like, what is happening? Like, what could possibly be? So I'm looking at the line. I'm like, I can't like figure out what he said in the lyrics.
Even with context, like
even with even with the lyrics, because it bleeped it on the lyrics sheet too. That's on Spotify. I'm like, all right, you think I can't figure this out? I went on YouTube and found the original version, and I got let me fucking look it up. I fucked up. I thought I wrote down all of the lyrics, and I want to give the context to the song, but yeah, because I like heard that, and I'm like, well, okay, like, what could he have said? And I like went back and I like listened. I'm like, all right, so I restarted the song. I was like, was he cussing this whole time? Like, did I miss all of the cuss words and just thought? Usually, I noticed that shit because it's annoying.
Can I guess which word?
Sure, you're not gonna, but yeah, absolutely, really? Yeah, you will not guess it.
Is it the F slur?
No,
that
was in.
Okay.
The F slur was in. They left that in. That was okay.
So if they left that in, what could it...
It's pretty wild. I get it, but it's funny. It's funny.
Can you even say it, or do you have to say like the...
No, I can say it. Yeah. I can say whatever I want. Yeah.
Sure?
It's Trump's America. I can say whatever. No, I'm kidding. 3... I just gotta... Yeah, I thought I had... Okay. Here we go. Fucking... So...
You're off the mic a little bit.
Yeah. So... God damn it. I can't believe...
I don't... Are you sure you can
I can't say it. It's fine. I promise.
But why would that get censored over...
Because it's fucked up.
The N-word, the F-word?
Because it's just like a fucked up thing to say. Which this entire
Is
song,
it a word or a phrase or like...
It's
a slur?
An action.
Okay. Oh...
Oh my God, I can't believe... I can't fucking find it.
Is it,
Here we go. I keep saying here we go because I keep thinking I found it.
Grape soda?
Okay. All right. No? So I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, everybody listening. This is terrible.
Is that it? The R word?
No. No.
The other hard R?
No. Soft R.
What could that... I'm like racking my brain what it could possibly be. That would be worse. That would get taken out over the other words.
That's why, because they put it with like letter dash, and it's not like a full bleep in the lyrics. It's annoying. So he's talking about robbing people, and he's like, then I'm dipping up the block and I'm robbing bitches too. Up the herringbones and bamboos. I wouldn't give a fuck if you're blank. So they bleeped, he says pregnant. He's like, I wouldn't give a fuck if you're pregnant. Give me the baby rings and a #1 mom pendant. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I do not remember being quite that gnarly. It's so fucking funny, but it's a gnarly ass thing to say. And then they bleep another one. I'm like, I finally figure out what that is. And then I start listening to the song again, and then it happens again. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They're going to make me. The next one is is different. He's like, whatever, I come through taking high school rings too. Bitches get strangled for their earrings and bangles. I'm like, dude, this is not. So it's just like,
all right,
strangling women. That's what they bleeped out.
Okay.
I wish that didn't take so long to get to, but it was just so funny. Like,
I think that was fine because I was waiting with anticipation too. Like, what could it possibly be?
It's so funny that like they said all the shit though. He said I'm walking down the block and I'm robbing bitches too. He already said it. Like, it's a little bit worse that he's robbing pregnant bitches. But it's so funny. I wouldn't give a fuck if you're pregnant. Give me the baby rings and the #1 mom pendant. It's wild. He's a nice guy. He was a stand-up gentleman. Obviously, it was all satire. He's never robbed anybody. But he's dead. You can't go after him anyway. But yeah.
It's like Mo Money, Mo Problems. Like, well, you didn't have to take the pendant too. If it's just going to cause you more problems.
And complain about it. Right. God damn.
I just have too much money from selling this pendant that I took from a pregnant woman. I don't know what to do.
And people were, yeah.
I'm a victim.
I'm telling you, man, it just ain't worth robbing these pregnant bitches. I just, sometimes I think this life isn't paying off for me. I don't know. Yeah, it was just so fun. The funny thing to me is that, like, I literally would not have listened. I wouldn't have heard any of that. But they bleeped shit, and it made me like, what was that? Now I had to find it.
Now you see.
So it's like, you made me find out those lyrics. Like, I couldn't even, you know what I mean? It's like, you're drawing attention to
It's like that Louis bit, like, you're making me say it in my head now.
Yes, it's exact. Yeah. You're not doing it. It's like the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Well, I mean, you don't have to be a detective, but I had nothing better to do. I was just delivering mail.
I did not see that coming. When you hear something being censored, I mean...
Yeah, but there was nothing left. I was like, dude, he already said, and then I think in that song he says the F slur. So I'm like, what the fuck? What are your priorities? I think you should just, it's time capsule. Just leave it, let it go. It's fine.
Right.
It's over. It's gonna be okay. I don't think somebody's gonna go start like, oh, we can rob pregnant bitches now. Shit, I was only robbing non-pregnant women. God, I thought I was a saint over here. I'm like Mother Teresa. I'm just robbing mothers. Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I don't love when anybody can do whatever they want. Like Beyonce changed her song because she said spaz or whatever.
Oh, right.
And it was just like, I mean, if they feel like if they feel bad about a lyric and they want to change it, fine. But it's like weird. It's so unnecessary.
It's hilarious that spaz needed to be changed, but like her husband has 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Yeah. I mean, it's like objectively, and also I have a whole bit about spaz that never fucking worked. One day,
apparently the bitch can't say spaz. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't call fucking Beyonce a bitch, dude. No.
Hey, I didn't. He did.
Yeah. No, he just has a loving wife. Bitch ain't one. She ain't the problem. Or shit. I said it. I wouldn't be a good lawyer. Okay, it's not good. And then like I know Taylor Swift had a song that she changed the lyrics to. What the hell? It was a song called like Better. I think it was called Better Than Revenge. And it was a song about somebody that I think stole, I forget, it was one of the controversies, because eventually I found out that like she's writing songs about actual people. Didn't even realize that for the first 10 years of me listening to Taylor Swift. But she has a song like, she's not a saint, she's not what you think, she's an actress. She's only known for she's only known for the things that she does on the mattress. And she changed that verse because it's like slut shaming.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I mean, if you really want to, but I don't think your fans would have been like, whoa, I don't think I love Taylor Swift anymore because she said that in an album 10 years ago. She did change it to like a decent line. It was like, she's like a moth to the flame. She attracted to the something. I forget. I don't even remember now, but I only listen to the original now. But no, yeah, it's just funny. Yeah, I just thought that was hilarious when I was listening to that. I'm like, I'm figuring this out. I could not. I'm like, I don't know what this means. And I probably should have been able to figure it out with the baby rings thing.
Right.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah, that was actually not that difficult to figure out. But
so announcement. I'm going to take all the times I say the word pregnant out of my act.
All right, but Damien has 10 minutes. No. Damien just lost 10 minutes of material.
More so. Apparently, I have more than I thought I did. I don't know if you want to get into comedy. I don't even... Oh, where'd my timer go? Oh, it's
21:31.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to get into comedy yet. Actually,
we can do whatever we want.
Why don't we take a quick break and hear from one of our correspondents in the field.
So let's hear from Jesse James Martin.
We'll be right back.
Shaquille O'Neal's shoe line Shaqs becomes one of the number one shoes for kids. He was quoted saying, "It was no small feat." A Chinese rapper by the name of Capper recently put out an album called Swords and Roses, which was better than the original title, The Wuhan Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With. Jack Dorsey was recently banned off of the platform he helped create, Twitter, or as he refers to it now, his ex. After Kanye West's recent liking to Hitler, fans asked him what his next project is going to be, to which he replied, "Oh, it's going to be gas."
Attempted Delivery is brought to you by
Us. We do not have sponsors, but we'd love some.
Indeed. So if you do enjoy the podcast, please like, share, subscribe, so we can grow this thing and quit our jobs.
Let's get back to the show. And we're back. Thank you, Jesse, for those headlines. We just listened to some of Capper's music, and it sounds like some shit that Jesse would definitely like.
It's more like handicapper.
Nice. That was really funny. That Kanye one got me.
Yeah, that was probably the best one. Yes, if you would like to be a correspondent for Attempted Delivery, hit us up and just send us some headlines that maybe we haven't heard. Make sure it sounds good, because if not, we're not going to play it. So I don't have to do work cleaning it up. This one sounded fine, so it's perfectly fine. But if you send it, just make sure you're not like in a fucking tunnel with the window down or something. You know what I mean?
Or your kid screaming in the background. I'm kidding.
That too. That too. It is hilarious how like the last like month or two, like every episode just has a child screaming in the background.
Yeah.
It's been so far, like we stopped earlier while it was really bad. But yeah, comedy.
Hell yeah.
Did you do any shows this weekend?
No, I had one last weekend.
Right.
Yeah, no, I actually haven't. I didn't get, because I felt a little off on Thursday, so I didn't go to the zone.
Right.
And I felt a little something, and I'm like, I better not. Mm-hmm. Just because, I don't know, it's different to go somewhere or like go to like go like to anything else, but talking directly into a microphone that you're sharing with 40 people. Not the best idea. So I was like, all right, we'll see. I wanted to go too, and I was like, I better be fucking sick, because I'm gonna be pissed if like nothing.
Right.
And then like I just like Friday and then Saturday, like my nose was just running like crazy. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday night I was like, oh, okay, I feel like worse for some reason. And then Sunday I just felt bad. I just the same thing, but like just more downtrodden or whatever. Right. But so I didn't do any mics. And then Monday I still didn't feel great. Right. And again, I'm like, I wanted to go because I got a show this weekend. And I'm like, I fucking need to. I want to get on stage, but right. I can't in good faith, especially Monday. Thursday, like it might have made sense. But Monday, it was like I was just sick Sunday, and I don't feel better. Right. So it's a terrible.
And you're a lot more like close quarters with everybody.
That's even
there.
Worse.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
So that didn't.
That's a responsible thing.
Yeah. I guess whatever. Fucking. But no, I got to go tomorrow night because I'm hosting at the Zone, so I want to.
Oh shit!
I want to fucking go to the Zone on tomorrow night, Thursday, so that I could just be up there or whatever. Oh. But,
sorry, I just wanted to make sure I'm actually recording.
Oh, yeah, don't suck. No, so the last time I did comedy was the show I did the weekend before last.
Alrighty.
Yes, yeah. Which that was fun. That went well. It was in Petersburg, which sucked. It was like 2 hours one way. Yeah, literally. I think it was like 2 hours and 12 minutes exactly one way.
Nice.
Yeah, it was near. It's basically in between State College and Altoona.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, it's out there.
Did you go to the Super Sheets in Altoona?
No, I should have.
Well, I mean, if you weren't close to it, it's not worth going out of the
30 minutes.
Yeah, it's not worth going out of the way for.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been. I should have went to the McDonald's and fucking gave those bitches a piece of my mind. How dare you snitch on my boy? But no, the show went great. It was in
especially because they're contributing to the healthcare crisis.
Anyway, it's an inside job. Right. Fucking clown. But no, it was in a fire. Yeah, it was a fire hall next to one of the like a private club or whatever, and like a members. VFW for old white people, sure. as we call it. But yeah, it was a sick show. It was a big turnout. They like sold tickets and had like dinner and stuff.
Hell yeah,
like a buffet and shit. And yeah, it was like a full room. It was a great turnout, and it was me, Manny, Ridge Hirschberger, he booked it. John Saxton hosted, and then a dude from I hate when I forget people.
I know.
I think I know his name. Trevor, son of a bitch. I don't remember her last name, but she was a guest spot. Her name was Georgia from where was she from? Somewhere down south, Virginia, I think. And but I think she lives in Pittsburgh. But this other guy was from Pittsburgh, and his name was Trevor. Yeah. No,
I know, I'm so
Trevor
bad
Austin.
with names. Okay.
Trevor Austin, and so John hosted. He got him like warmed up and stuff. It was a decent crowd. They were definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say they were comedy fans because it's like just some random place, but they were definitely like amicable for comedy, which I guess I always notice is better when people paid for comedy.
For sure.
Yeah, like it's better when it's not like they're just somewhere that is having comedy and it's free and they just
the ambush.
It sucks because it sucks when it's like it's fine when it's free, but it's when just literally nobody is there for the comedy and you're just like, all right, I'm insulting you right now. You're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like the way I look. I guarantee it. But yeah, so Georgia went first and she did well, and then Trevor went up and Trevor fucking killed.
Oh.
Yeah, he like fucking murdered, and I was like a little bit like, all right, fuck, I'm a little like I was a little bit nervous. It's almost worse. I guess I get why people like would rather follow somebody that didn't do as well, because it's like kind of takes the pressure off or something. But like I was like, fuck, I have to do well or I'm ruining the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I ruined it. No, I'm kidding. No, I had a good set. They were a little. It was one of those where it's like they're like. It was like lulls where they aren't usually. It was like one of those funny ones where it's like, I can't believe that didn't do better or whatever. But like just here and there, some stuff just kind of fell a little flat. Like it was funny because like the left half of the room was like all about it. They were like fantastic. The front for me, I don't know how it was for everybody else because you couldn't see, but like the front table was like not. They didn't love me. They were just like they were laughing at some stuff, but they were kind of just seemed like skeptical the whole time. And like I said, I don't know how they were for Trevor. He was probably killing them, and they're like, "Fuck this guy." They're yeah, fucking the last guy was better. So I don't know if it was just that, but I was kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like keeping an eye on them. I got them like a couple times, but I never like really won them over or whatever, which sucked because they were right in front. So it was a little distracting,
right?
But yeah, it was definitely fun. It was a really fun show, but it was funny. I had a good set, but like nothing bad really. Just some stuff here and there, and just some like stuff that didn't kill here and there.
Sure.
And then I did my last joke, or what it was gonna be my last joke, and went perfectly well. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking do one more. I'm gonna do one more joke. I did that. I know what it's like to be a PDF file joke, which it works. Like I didn't do it at the last show, but I did it the first time when we did like the Burning Bridge. I think I ended with it.
I think so.
And it's because it's like a short joke, and if I have the time, and I'm like, let me just throw this joke in there. It's a dumb joke to do last. But it works. It works like sometimes. It works almost all the time at shows, especially when it's going well. So like it's worked at every show I've done it on. Doesn't always work at open mics.
Sure.
But so I'm like fucking, and I literally, and that's the one like the cool thing about the more like you get used to it, you kind of have I can think while I'm up there. So I'm like noticing things and like having which is almost like, fuck, I feel like I need to like stop doing as much of that because I feel like I'm getting disconnected.
Right. You're not like in the moment.
Yeah,
as
I'm
much,
like thinking about other stuff or thinking about like, what's that? Or like thinking about, oh, wow, she loved that joke.
Right.
It's like, no, think about what you're saying. What are you doing? Like, but I guess
I don't think it's bad to be conscious of those things.
Yeah,
you
for
might
sure.
pick up on something.
Yeah, and I guess it's just funny to think that you're thinking of different things while speaking. It's like weird.
It's a weird multitasking thing.
For sure, yeah.
For sure.
But I literally knew better. It was one of those where it's like, I'm going to try this anyway, even though I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It did not work. And I'm
And then the last thing they remember of you is, I'm like a pedophile.
I think I know what it's like to be a PDF file. Fuck. It didn't work. Didn't work at all. And I actually listened to it back, and it didn't bomb completely. It definitely got some laughs.
Nice.
But in the moment, it felt like it bombed completely. And I just like laughed, and I'm like, I didn't think that. I like literally was like, I didn't think that joke was gonna work. Fucking give it up, and then I was like, that's all my time. I said, keep it going for give it up for because I was like, I can't say keep it going when they're not clapping. Because I just
Keep the silence going.
I can't say I literally stumbled. It was like, keep it going for, give it up for John, man. I got off stage. I went and sat down next to Manny, and he was like, yeah, you should do something about that closer. I can't remember if that's exactly what he said, but he's like, hey, what was up with that closer? I'm like, it was a gamble. He's like, yeah, it was. And luckily, the one good thing, Manny had to follow me. So the one good thing was there was going to be an intermission anyway after me. So I was like, I mean, it's not like I can kill the room. It's going to be an intermission. That's going to kill the momentum regardless.
Right.
So I'm not like worried. I might have not done it. Well, I probably wouldn't have done it if there wasn't going to be an intermission, but I was like, I can't kill the room. I can't kill the vibe because they're going to do that.
Yeah.
But I will say at the beginning of the show, I did what did I do it first? And I think I did, which was cool. I was like proud of myself a little bit because I was thinking about saying some things about the drive up on stage, and I'm like, I'm not great at riffing. Like, I'm not super, you know what I mean? I don't riff a lot, so it's like I'm worried. I was like kind of nervous about that, but then after I did like my first joke and stuff, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. And I started talking about like the drive up, and it was like I got like laughs and shit. I was like, oh, sick.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm used to like riffing in open mics where like I'm trying to be funny in between comics, and it just fucking totally bombs.
Right.
So like that, you know, I think I said something about, because I was like, yeah, he mentioned that I have a podcast or whatever. It's called Attempted Delivery because I'm a mailman, and I gotta tell you something. I'm a rural carrier, and I have never seen some of the fucking roads that I drove on to get here. Like, I've seen some rural shit. This was crazy. I was like, I saw roads with no mailboxes. Like, I clocked that. This is true. I saw a sign that said log cabin number 622. I'm like, oh, that's how you find the fucking house? Like, this is insane.
Hell yeah.
And then I was just like, yeah, I drove a Chevy Tahoe here. My other car is a Mustang. If I drove that, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be on the side of the road. Like, there's no way. Yeah, so I just thought I want to do more of that. I just feel so like locked into like, but now that I'm doing like longer spots and stuff, it's like, oh, I can fuck around. Like,
yeah,
I have
for
the
sure.
time, especially
For
when
sure.
somebody's like, yeah, loose. I don't give a shit. Do whatever time you want.
Right.
So, yeah, and then yeah, so that was my set. I'm trying to think of anything else funny happened during my set. Nothing. I can't think of anything. But there was so then Manny had to follow the intermission, and me being a PDF file. But no, Manny had to follow that, which I was glad for because he fucking killed.
Nice.
He definitely. I mean, he's a veteran, but he did a lot of crowd work and stuff, and he just murdered. They fucking loved him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was just awesome. It's always fun to work with like dudes like that because it's like sick to see somebody that's been doing it for so long. It's just fucking, just so good at what
Hell
they
yeah.
do. You know
There's
what I
hope.
mean? Yeah. It's like, I don't want to write. Yeah, you don't want to write them off and be like, oh, I'll just be there one day. It's like, well, I'm gonna work at it.
Mm-hmm.
It takes work, but it's sick to see it. You know what I mean?
Hell
Just
yeah.
to see what's, yeah. So it's sick to see what to look forward to if you get there. You know, if you work at it. But
For sure.
you had a show. You had a show on Saturday, right?
I did. Well, actually, was it Friday?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I had to work the next day.
Oh, that's right. It was Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was Friday up at the Limerick Fire Hall.
Nice.
It was another show with Earl David Reed and Bobby Tamboro.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tempura.
don't start with food. We've gone the whole episode without talking about food.
All right.
We're good. And it was up in Limerick Fire Hall. It's funny that you just mentioned like the ride up.
Yeah.
Because I did the exact same thing. And I just like was driving and like maybe like 2 minutes from the fire hall, I saw this car dealership, and it was John Kennedy Ford dealership. So when I went up, I was like, yeah, I just a couple minutes just passed John Kennedy dealership. And of course, it's local, so a couple people went, woo, for a car dealership. And I was like, it was funny. There's no convertibles.
Nice.
And it landed. I was like, fucking A, like to start with a local joke.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But it just landed. Like sometimes it's funny. We do get so locked in our sets. Like I'd have to do this. I know this is good. You put so much trust in that.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to trust those other instincts.
Yeah.
And I was like, that just landed in my lap. It's totally in my wheelhouse. It's a darker joke. And it was just so perfect. Like John Kennedy, like,
Yeah.
it was like of all names, like, I mean, I'm sure that's somebody's actual name, but I mean,
For sure, yeah. Yeah.
that's one of the most famous names ever. So, and I've been obsessed with all the assassination shit recently.
You don't even do a set. You're just like, dude, did you guys fuck it down?
Just do 15 minutes on the assassination. But yeah, that
There's no wait, the shot, like just fucking losing it.
Yeah, that landed, and I've kind of like, I've been struggling with how to begin sets in a situation like that.
Yeah,
that's like kind of like it is a comedy show, but it's also a rural area. You don't know how you're gonna be perceived.
Yeah,
it's a whole bunch of firemen and their families and local community and that kind of thing. So to not
a lot of local people just do that though too. So it's probably like half. It's probably like not even half firemen and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But I with doing darker stuff, I don't want to come off like an edgelord, like I'm about to be so edgy and shit like that, because that's fucking hokey. But I have found if I just go up cold, people are like kind of like stunned a little bit and don't know how to. I turn people off very easily if they're not expecting it. Mm-hmm. But that kind of gave me a way to ease into it. I got that laugh on a dark joke, and I was like, that joke's to take your temperature.
Yeah.
And that got a laugh. And then I kind of went into a disclaimer, and I was just honest. I was like, look, I like to joke about dark stuff. Everyone goes through dark shit, and if you can laugh about it, it takes the power out of it. So if y'all can just like kind of
for cancer, that shit's real powerful.
But I was like, if you guys just come and play in the darkness with me for a little bit, I promise I'll land this thing safely like a Delta flight. So like I addressed it.
Yeah.
And then just still made a joke at the end, and that got a laugh. So like it was kind of like, everyone calm down. This is just about to be jokes. It's going to be dark, but it's like, and I didn't spend too much time on that.
Yeah.
I just got done, got a couple jokes. And then they were prepared, kind of. So I think it made my set land pretty well. Mm-hmm. And I got great response in that it wasn't just full on, like, I wasn't like murdering. I had what I love, which was like half the room like dying laughing. I had this one guy, he was every joke throwing his head back and laughing. And I was like, that's my guy. Yeah. That's my guy. And then the other ones were like, oh, or like and I even addressed it in the set, like I just heard some lady go, Jesus Christ. I was like, I fucking love that so much. I don't know why, but
I love the Jesus Christ. That's so funny. It was really funny.
Right. Especially when they're kind of like half laughing, like they don't want to, but they can't help it.
Yeah. I always say, like, you pray all you want. That's still, you can't save this set.
Especially joking about Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I pandered a little bit, saying, you know, like the firemen are actually like heroes, and as mailmen we get like the thank you for our service. It's like they run into burning buildings, so like it, and then it just went fine. Like I did 15. I was like, give me the light at 13. It was loose. So you gave me the light at 13, and I basically wrapped up at 15, but I didn't do a bunch on my set list.
Yeah.
I was like, I have more than I thought. Like, not that everything is killer or great, but I was like,
nice.
It's always it's crazy when you keep thinking like, oh, 15's a lot, and then getting to that next level where you're like, oh, that is like standard now. Let me do 20. Let me do 25. Like next show I do it, I'm gonna be like, I can do like, let me do 20. I want to do more. And I know we've said it 1,000 times, but just thinking back when like 7 felt like, oh shit, that's like a stretch.
Yeah.
I hope I can fill that. Or like 10, oh fuck, I gotta like pull out all the stuff. Like,
yeah, and I'm sure both of us are going slower and more comfortable, so it's like that fills out the time.
And throwing in stuff that's not even in the set.
Yeah, exactly.
Throwing in the car dealership joke or addressing people in the room like, oh, this person did that or said that. Like, but it was a really killer show. It was a huge room, and the sound was kind of echoing a little bit, so I had to like kind of take a second and adjust to that.
Yeah.
Because it was a huge square room with like glass and glass and concrete because it's fire hall. Like, you know what I mean? It's the huge fire doors. So it echoed quite a bit. So I was able to adjust. Because I've played like music in places, which is really fucking hard when you fucking hear like the drums like a half second like back at you, like to adjust to that. But so that was fine. The guy asked me what music I wanted. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And I was like, I don't know. And I want to. And Earl was like, you're thinking too much about it. I was like, I don't know, metal like Megadeth, Metallica, Pantera, whatever. He was like, Metallica, cool. So he did For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
But it was such a quick introduction. That song starts with bells.
Yeah.
So it was like bell, bell, and then like 5 seconds of music, and then I went up. But it was still pretty cool. I kind of dug that for my set, just having the bell. Like it was fitting. It was fitting. But it was. I don't know. It was one of the best sets that I've had so far, especially after feeling so self-conscious about how little comedy I'm doing. I'm like not getting to the mics as much as I want. But it just goes up and down. Like I won't do it for a month or two, and then like boom, I have a show, and now I have 2, maybe 3 at the end of the month.
Yeah,
it's the back and forth. It's crazy. It's definitely not a consistent business. You'll do nothing for a month and then a whole bunch in a week. But this was definitely one of my best sets. It gave me a lot of confidence after not doing it for so long. I'm like, oh, I can still do it. You know what I mean? I don't want every show to feel like the first one where I'm like, oh fuck. So yeah, I definitely had a lot of confidence. That was cool. I was like, fuck, I wish I had done more.
Yeah.
And then Bobby went up, he killed. And it's wild during his set, like it being a firehouse.
Yeah.
Like not everyone's working, but some of them are. And literally they got a call and like a whole bunch of them just like jumped up, ran out, like grabbed their gear and ran out like
That's
during
funny.
his
Did the bells go off? The alarms, I mean?
No.
That's funny because like some of them have crazy loud alarms.
Right. That didn't happen, but I guess they just got the call and like knew they bounced, they jumped in the truck, and he was telling a joke, and then the siren started in the truck. And he was like, "Well, the fire truck liked it." But yeah, he killed it, and then of course, obviously, Earl went up and killed. I didn't stay to the end because I had an hour and a half drive back.
Yeah.
So I hung out for a little bit and then bounced, but it was the fire hall was sick. It was like, you know how they're trying to modernize our post office because it's now like a distribution center or whatever the fuck. This place was like decked out. It was like we were back in like their lounge area, which had like a huge kitchen, huge fridge, and then like a semicircle of like 8 or 10 like recliners.
Oh no shit!
And couches, like the most comfortable thing.
Yes, they probably hang there. Yeah, it's one that they stay at.
Huge TV. So I mean, I'm sure they have to like relax and like let off steam and such. So like,
and I don't know the difference, but I know like they hang out there.
Right. Yeah, I guess they have to. If you're not getting a call, you gotta.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was. I was like, this place is sick.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to hang out here. Like, but it was super, super nice and decked out, and but yeah, it was fun. It was I think one of my best sets so far, and
nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else about it. They did like a dinner thing. It was ticketed. They had like Mission Barbecue, so they had like a huge spread. So like, and I liked like the dinner was like at 6, so everyone ate and then just hung out for the show. You weren't like competing with their dinner for their attention and shit like that. So everyone was like fed and just hanging out and having a good time. But it was killer. I really dug it. I'm starting to fine tune that balance of being a douchey edgelord and just like and like not addressing it at all. Like I'm finding my way there to where I can still do what I want, but I'm like a little more likable and it's received a little better.
Yeah. Well, I think it can help just to write jokes about that, like that. Just write jokes about that. But it's easier said than done. Like I keep forgetting to like really think about it and like try to, but I want to write like jokes about like I guess it's kind of like meta, but like jokes about like I've wrote something down, a bunch of thoughts down about like comedy just in general. Because I have something I say whenever I host. I always say like, look, nobody's coming up on the stage to be offensive. The only reason anybody's coming up here is to tell jokes and be funny. So if you don't like some of them, just don't laugh. That's the biggest punishment.
Right.
And I thought about like writing jokes about that, like about I want to write a joke. I think it's funny the idea of like it's kind of convoluted, but like to write jokes about like how I want to write a joke about how like when people get offended, they get offended because they were told to be offended. Like, you know how like when a baby falls and like they're fine until you make a big deal about it. That's words. Like that's the people are offended because at some point somebody was like, oh, that's a bad word.
Right. And they're fucking babies.
That could be a tag.
They are babies. They're not.
Yeah. That could be a tag though. And they're both babies.
Yes.
That could be, But yeah, I mean, it's just, it's kind of like, I don't want to say hacky, but it's kind of, I don't know. This feels kind of like just a dumb, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know. Because I don't.
No, I know what you're saying.
But it feels like talking down. I don't know. I don't want to.
Right. You don't want to be
like
explaining.
Exactly. I don't want it to come off like fucking if you get offended at anything, you're a pussy or something like that.
Yeah. That's where I didn't want to become like the quote unquote edgelord. Like, hey, get ready because I'm about to offend you. Like
I'm about to be offensive.
Right. That's like the dumbest shit ever. But
you didn't like that joke?
Right. But I think I found kind of a more natural way to also include jokes.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm trying to say either.
I'm glad
just a natural way to get into my set.
Yeah.
That doesn't alienate people.
Yeah.
And still allows me to do what I want to do and not feel like I'm like compromising that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. There's a lot of jokes that I don't always do. I especially don't do in short sets because they're just like, they're just too, I don't know. They're just like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but you can't, I don't know. It's just hard to like figure out what will work in different places because we're not doing comedy in comedy clubs everywhere. So we're doing it places that don't know anything about comedy. We've talked about it before, but we have no equity in their mind because they're like, oh, a comedian. I haven't seen one of these in like a couple years.
And it's one thing,
or like 6 months, and
it's one thing. Like Earl does this show for them every year, so they know him.
They love him, but
right. So like, if they know like you said, you have more equity with them, but if they don't know you, then it's kind of an uphill battle.
Exactly.
And with the firehouse and stuff, I think we were talking about it with Ziegler. Like I have this joke that like I can see why a firefighter would not like the joke. Like if I explained it.
Did you do that joke?
I did not do that joke,
nice.
And I think that was the right move. I think that
I wish I would have taken that advice as well.
Well, before the show, I did tell Bobby like I had this. I just bit my tongue out.
Nice.
I told him about it. I was like, I have this joke, and I've just been like, the
punchline.
The comic in me wants to do it like so bad because I shouldn't.
Yeah,
but the logical person in me like and he made a really good point. He was like, that's a good joke, but like when I have something like that, I consider like this isn't my show.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that makes sense. That's usually how I think.
It's billed as Earl David Reed and Friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if I'm an and friend and I piss them all off.
Yeah.
I don't want that to reflect badly on
maybe if
him.
it wasn't about firefighters, it would be different. Any other topic.
They were laughing about a lot of other dark stuff.
Yeah.
But that one may have crossed the line.
Maybe.
Or
at least
the guy
it
who
wouldn't
was
have-
laughing his head up, like
He
was-
would've liked it.
He was throwing his head. He would have loved it.
Yeah.
But that's one guy surrounded by like many others. And like I said last time, there's probably a lot of places to bury a body in Limerick, PA.
Yeah.
So I think that was the right move. Like sometimes
It was the right move.
I think that's a good comedy.
Mine was the wrong move. I did the wrong move.
But you also weren't in a room full of PDF files. Like, you were performing on Epstein Island.
Yeah. It's technically not an offensive joke.
Right.
Technically speaking, it's just goofy. But no, yeah, it was the wrong move.
Yeah,
it was the wrong move, and I knew that, and I was like, let's fucking gamble. And I lost the house. I lost the money.
Right. I it's one thing if it was like a comedy club full of fire, but it's like I'm in their house.
Yeah.
Literally. So
yeah, that is different too. It's
I think that was
atmosphere.
I think that was the right move. I think that's a good comedy lesson to like. Yeah, the joke. I would feel like, yeah, I'm a comic. I did that. I took that risk, but at the same time, risk reward.
Yeah.
That joke will live on another day. It didn't need to be told.
Yeah, it's
in
one
that
joke.
room.
It's not like
Right. I did. Yeah, and I already did. Fine. It might have been thing where if I was bombing my ass, I'd be like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this one, like, because I'm already taking shit. But why ruin a good thing if it's going well?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
100%. That is what.
Let me get the fuck out of here. But I did like 15 on the dot basically, and was super happy with it. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Any shows coming up?
Yeah, this weekend I'm at the Comedy Zone.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
With Galen Nash and Brandon Lejean, and I think we're going to Philly to eat cheesesteaks on Saturday.
Are you gonna? Do you have somewhere in mind, or are you gonna do the
I have
thing?
no
where
idea what they want to do.
I mean, the tourist spots are like Geno's and Pat's.
Yeah.
And what you do, you go to both and get one of each, and then you know what I mean. But but there's probably other like actual like good local places that aren't like the tourist trap kind of thing.
Yeah,
like where you can go to.
Yeah, I should. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna drive because it's gonna be two of us or three of us. So I'm like, he said something about recording a podcast on the way down or up or whatever, and I'm like, fuck. One, the Mustang is
Really loud.
but it's also cramped. Three people, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it would be cramped as well, and it's not gonna be the best to record in. And I guess
your
I guess
car's
it's just
loud,
gonna have to be the Tahoe.
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, maybe I could rent a car.
I was just thinking the same thing. But
Because
like,
they're both V8s, so it's like the money I'm spending on gas, it might literally be just the same price to rent a car.
that's true.
So I might have to think about that.
Just like rent a like 4-cylinder, like quiet
whatever
ride,
the cheapest car they'll give me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so that is a possibility.
You can
Plus,
look up to see like quiet ride, like you know what I mean,
I mean, they're all gonna be quieter than a '95 Tahoe. So
right? Or a Mustang.
yeah, I could maybe use Lori's car too, but that's also not quiet. It's just like allowed 2000. Actually, it's 2010. It's not even that old, but yeah. We'll say fucking So Lori was out of town when I did that show. We didn't get to talk about this last week. And so I had to like take care of Ollie and stuff. And he has seizures every once in a while. And he might be like epileptic or something, but it's like weird because it's very few and far between. And it seems like it's like when he jumps, like he'll like jump out of bed or like off a couch or something. And like he'll just like start having a seizure.
Oh wow.
It's like a quick sudden movement.
Okay.
Maybe, but like he does that shit all the time. So we're not sure what it is exactly. And it's like hard to even, it's like we're thinking about getting him tested, but it's like spend money to test him to find out that we can't afford to give him medicine. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? What are we really going to do? But he had one the day before she left for Pittsburgh. And then he had another one that morning, the morning of the show. And I'm like, fuck. Like, that's 2 in a row.
And you had to leave.
Yeah, and I had to drive 2 hours away. She's not home. Because otherwise, if she was home, she probably would have went to the show, but then maybe she would have stayed home.
Right.
So I got my old phone and I got an app to set up a baby camera.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I set up a fucking camera. I would like to not do that again because that was the saddest. I got to watch him just like lay in his crate, just depressed, just fucking sleeping. He would get up, walk over to the door, sit down, and just look at the door. I'm like, this is breaking my heart.
Damn.
Like, this is the worst. This is the worst ever. I hate this. And then I just kept looking every once in a while. I'm like, I eventually was like, I'm not looking at this before now. I'm gonna wait till after my set to keep looking at this because this is bumming me out. And it was just like him.
I have to go be funny while my dog's crying at the door.
Yeah, and I don't think he was like crying necessarily, but he would just go and like sit at the door for like 30 seconds and then go back to the crate and just basically he was fine. He didn't have any seizures while we were there, but that's another thing. It's like, oh shit, is he having them at home and we just don't know? So I think I'm like, damn, we should probably set that shit up all the time. Or at least a bunch for like a week. Every time we leave the house, he'll leave him alone just to see. But he doesn't have him when he's home alone with her during the day. She works from home, so it's like she's there all the time with him.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. But
that's wild.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't recommend fucking setting up a nanny cam for your dog because you're just gonna be bummed out the whole time.
What's up with our pets? I got a fucking diabetic cat and you got an epileptic dog.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Yeah, gotta get that figured out. I don't know.
It's enough of these DEI pets.
My dog's from what's it called, Arkansas. There's no DEI there. He's white boy.
That whole state's DEI. I forgot where I was trying to go from there. I gotta, like I mentioned earlier, I actually have a few shows coming up because I do comedy sometimes. First one's on the 24th up in Harrisburg. Aaliyah Wright.
Yes.
Has been doing shows up at Shangri-La, which I think is a restaurant, but they actually have this setup. I was a little skeptical at first, just because I'm like, restaurant is like, am I going to be in a corner talking to somebody like trying to eat and tune me out? But no, they the pictures look pretty sick.
Nice.
They actually have like a good stage set up, a good seating area, and they've done a few, and apparently they've gone really well. So I'm kind of excited for that. Just new place, new scene, and everything like that. So that's on Thursday the 24th.
Nice.
The Friday is a maybe. I have to see if I can get childcare, so I don't know if I should even bring that up.
Probably not.
It's
What Friday? It's like a few weeks away.
It's the 25th. It's an Earl show, but I'm on the following night with him on the 26th up in Ashland, PA.
Oh, okay.
So some further places, which is kind of fun traveling. It
is fun, yeah. It's a bitch driving home though when you're tired of shit.
Right.
But I was like fucking starting to fall asleep. I fucking made him. I stopped somewhere and was like, fucking no, don't do that. Don't eat like shit. Just eat. I just got like a couple beef sticks and got gas, fucking left.
Right.
And then I was like getting really tired. I'm like, fuck, I should have got coffee. So I had to stop somewhere else to get coffee. I'm like, son of a bitch. I mean, why did I not think to?
I'm usually so wired after a show anyway that I like. And I go to sleep late anyway, so I'm like, it's not like I'm not usually up anyway, but like I'm usually so
you're probably
wired.
A little bit more used to it. I kind of go to sleep early when I'm not doing comedy.
Right. You're an actual responsible adult, and I'm a fucking trash person. But yeah, Ashland, PA, never been up there. It's someplace called Fountain Springs Country Inn. So that'll be the 26th. That'll be the Saturday. So I definitely have the Thursday, Saturday, and then if I can get somebody to watch the kid Friday evening.
Nice.
I'll go up and do that one. It's in Duncannon,
okay,
PA, at another EMS place.
Nice.
so yeah. Takeaways. It was just fun to work on a new intro and to just have a joke fall in my lap.
Yeah,
that was just like so perfect. I'm like, can I work that into my set? Like, it was so specific to that area, but
yeah.
Yeah,
it's probably best to just do it up top, just to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's sick. It's funny that we both did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. yeah, because it's like, it was funny that it just worked so well. It's like, oh shit, hell yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Is this what being a comedian's like? This is fucking sick.
Well, I think they like it because it's an immediate reference that they get.
They're like, oh, it's like in the moment. Like, it has to be, because why else would you write jokes about a random place?
Exactly.
Although you could technically speaking, you could write jokes for somewhere you're going.
Right.
But if you want to,
who was just talking about this?
I mean, I know people do that. People have jokes that just work for like rural areas or work for probably cities or work for fucking, shit like that.
Right. I'm so bad with names. But sorry, I was listening to the Endless Honeymoon podcast, Moshe Kasher and Natasha Leggero. They had Joe Mandy on. He's a he had just had a special come out. He's an actor. He's a writer. He does. He's like one of those. Does everything. But they were talking about Cat Williams and his one special where like it was wild for a special to just come out and he did like just 10 minutes on like Jacksonville or like wherever he was. Like with very specific references. Like you all have too many bridges, which like makes no sense. Like nobody in the rest of the country, but he was just like crushing so hard. That they were saying it's like, well, I guess they have a lot of bridges. Like it was funny. Like you're still laughing. Like it's so funny, but it was a wild choice. Like for a special. To do that, you know what I mean? That's something he probably does in every city, but it's kind of wild.
It is pretty cool.
But they were talking about that. It was very specific jokes about that area, but it was wild.
Well, he's so funny. He's so funny that like he can make anything funny, even if you have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. You can make it funny. Yeah. Some people are just that's talent. Right. You know what I mean? But
For sure. Aaliyah, hoping to have her as a guest soon. She's got a special coming up, and I think we can tease a little bit something like Attempted Delivery's going to make a little road trip.
Oh yeah.
In May, I think it'll be fun. We could do. I think we should do a podcast maybe in the hotel.
Hell yeah!
Like do an episode. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I figured we'd probably do something like that.
Yeah. That'd be fun. We'll give the details on that when we kind of get everything hammered out. Yeah. When we get a little closer, but I think it's fun to tease it. It's gonna be right around our anniversary. Of starting stand up. It's like the following week.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I guess, it is the week after, yeah.
So, big month of May.
Yeah, May's going to be big. So.
Hell yeah. I have no shows in May.
Do I? I don't I have one.
Nice.
Do I? Yeah, I do.
It's funny.
It's an Earl show that he produced or whatever.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a reschedule from the one that snowstorm landed on.
Okay, right.
Well, yeah, snowstorm. It was like icy and shit, yeah.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, it's... it's wild to like do nothing for a month and then have like 4 in a week or like but that's I don't know, that's just part of the fun.
Yeah,
I
guess
like
the
spontaneousness of it is and unpredictableness is kind of fun.
Yeah, and it can be nice too. You don't have anything you have to worry about. It's like, I just have open mics or bullshit to do in the meantime.
Right. It makes me like not get self-conscious during those dry times.
Yeah,
where I'm like, I'm not getting up. I'm gonna be rusty as fuck. The next show I have, I'm just gonna like eat a dick, and then like, so like this was huge, like boost to my confidence. Where I'm like, okay, I can relax a little bit and not like be so like self conscious and in my head about it. So I feel like there was something else, but I think that's enough.
Word.
Yeah.
Save it for next week.
Indeed. See y'all next Thursday.
Take it easy.